Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scariest Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to read you your homegrown horrors.
Indeed we are. I am pretty excited. Robin, what is a homegrown horror?
So homegrown horrors are the paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, coincidental stories of strange happenings to you. You've gotten from your family, your friends, your own personal experiences. And we're happy to share them with all our other spooky friends.
I think it's the best you've ever done that. That was really, really good. I'm just going to take that soundbite and use it every single time.
Cool, perfect.
But like she said, that's what a homegrown horror is. And if you have a story you'd like to share with us, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also go to our website, scarish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us, or you can reach out to us on any of our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/scarishpodcast. Twitter is @scarishpod, and Instagram is @scarishpodcast. Thank you to everyone who sends in the stories that you want us to share, because it really does make these episodes possible, and it makes these episodes a whole lot of fun that the folks that show up to watch these, because we actually do these live, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at youtube.com/scarish and twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. It's a really fun time. I look forward to it every Wednesday. I've been looking forward to it all day, to be honest with you.
He's just excited because we have a new GIF for subscriptions.
We do. Anytime someone subscribes, there's usually an animation that plays. And before, it was Haunter the Pokemon, like going like bleh, and then like a sound bite in the background. And we have switched it to something else that is more near and dear to our hearts, which you're going to see right now live. If you're listening to this and you've never watched a live show, you don't know the switch has been made. But if you ever show up, you'll know what we're talking about, because we did have a few folks subscribe when we were off the air.
Really?
Yeah, we had Kelly OG subscribe with Tier 1, their own money, B1EE3, which I think is supposed to be something else, but I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to spell. It looks like bleh. They subscribed with Tier 1 with their own money, along with Wallach's Koala, which was Tier 1 with their own money.
Nice.
So
you guys
thank you
are absolutely amazing.
so much. We appreciate that. And for those of you who don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you also have what is known as Twitch Prime, which means you get one free subscription every month to any channel you choose every 30 days. And Robin can tell you how you can link those. It's super quick.
Yeah, you can go to twitch.amazon.com and link the two. A Twitch account is free, so you just have to have a Twitch account. It links the two, and you get all this cool stuff from Twitch Prime. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. She's adorable. I love her. If you don't have Amazon Prime, if you go to scarish.com, down at the bottom, there's a link where you can get 30 free days of Prime and take advantage of Twitch Prime during that 30 days.
Indeed. So basically, Jeff Bezos gives everyone who has Amazon Prime $5 to spend on any channel on Twitch that they want, and it comes out of his pocket, and it goes directly to us, which is super awesome. I also want to point out something really fun. Every September, Twitch does this thing called Subtember, where subscriptions actually cost you half. Subscription is $5 a month. So it'll cost the viewer $2.50 a month, and we will get paid out $5 a month, and Twitch picks up the rest. So starting in September, I think it's like September 5th.
This year, it's Subway that picks up the rest.
It's actually Subway, who has been like partnered with Twitch, which is super cool, which means that next month, for those of you who subscribe month to month, you'll get a discount, because we have some folks that have subscribed for 12 months in a row. So you get a little bit of a discount this upcoming month, which is really, really fun.
Yeah.
So that's all the plugs that we got. We're going to jump into the stories for this week. I believe I am going first, correct?
Yeah.
And this first one is from Akbar, who is one of our loyal viewers, and the subject is passive pranker paralyzes person.
Well,
so
right.
Some fun P words there for you. And it starts out like this. It looks like it has a little bit of a poem. Forgive the format, O Robin and Adam. Good greetings to you also, formatting madam. Blessed tidings to you, Scarish family. Draft a story today, me, I will finally. It's pretty good. I really like the first two. Those are pretty solid. And it begins like this. Assalamu alaikum. I hope I said that right. And then there's other parts of that greeting that I absolutely cannot pronounce, and I will not butcher it. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be with you. Long have I awaited the day that you would read the words I have wrote, so here it be, friends. In parentheses, I have a ridiculously low English/writing score. Not apologizing, just informing. Anyway, this all starts in the land of the Aswangs, where people eat boiled duck embryo and chicken intestines. My dearest uncle happens to be a farmer, and at the time of the story, he wanted to clear some land for farming, but he refused to burn the area for a quick clearing and did it by hand. That's pretty
crazy,
awesome,
yeah.
Especially considering what's going on in the Amazon rainforest right
man.
now, which is just sort of being burned like completely because they decided they wanted to do something else with it. I don't know if it's completely, but it's insane. Like, if you ever see the overlap where they take, like, the map of the fire going on and put it on top of the United States, it's basically like the entire Midwest or East Coast or West Coast is on fire. So, pretty crazy stuff. We're going to get back to this email. So, normally there would be no problem to this, but something went wrong. As he cut down a tree, he felt an odd feeling, and as the tree fell, so did he. You see, we are a very superstitious group of people, and we believe in asking permission before cutting trees, but this time he didn't. Normally, they would do something minor like putting warts on a person or making them dizzy.
What?
In parentheses, they referring to the Fae folk. But this time, they bore a grudge when they found him, and they brought him home immediately and called a witch doctor. Wow. I just want to sing that song. The witch doctor was very grim, and he told us the news, and we were concerned about hearing it. I think he told them, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah.
Yeah.
Ting, ting, walla, walla, bing, bang. Okay, I got it out of my system. I feel better now. Okay. They were very concerned. They were told this news by the witch doctor. You see, we asked permission to warn the Fae folk of what is to come and to let them know their home will likely be destroyed. And since he didn't warn them, they did harm. The ritual the witch doctor did revealed why such a heavy penalty of paralysis was given over this. The reason being stated, quote, since he failed to warn Fae folk of destroying their home, he has killed one of their young.
What?
I wouldn't have believed it if they hadn't been flown to our town to receive advanced medical care. They tried many things, but nothing was working. His wife, in parentheses, my aunt, did what was recommended, which simply enough was an apology, but the apology also didn't work. Running out of options, they decided on a more costly option, one of which I had doubts. They sacrificed 2 goats at the stump of the felled tree, and as if by magic, he was walking the next day. Wow. I didn't want to believe that it would be this way and that the Fae folk are real, but seeing a man looking like on the verge of death to suddenly being healthy the next day just shook me to my core. He swears up and down he wasn't bitten by a snake and that he hadn't eaten anything toxic, and the only thing that he did that day was clear the forest, and he is an extremely healthy person. Even now I question this, though my family just accepts the Fae folk curse as this cause. That's one of the stories of the Akbar clan, and with a clan that is A. That's one of the stories of the Akbar clan, and with a clan that is A. Oh, okay.
A, as in like.
Hang on, let me
it's
mark this.
It's going to be listing.
Okay, we're going to do that again from the top. That's one of the stories of the Akbar clan, and with a clan that is A, Hispanic family where blood is thicker than blood, and B, a Muslim family where breaking bonds of kinship is forbidden. We are an extremely large family, and many of us have stories, though some of us have slightly private lives. Thanks for reading, and please share on the podcast because I want to be famous. Bye. And then another greeting that I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try, but thank you so much for writing it. May God reward you with goodness, I believe, is the translation of that one, because it's the very next line. Your dearest Akbar, with a heart, and here's one for you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
That's crazy shit, man. Like, imagine cutting down a tree and then all of a sudden being completely incapacitated. Like, if I was a goat, I would be like, this is bullshit. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm imagining the tree as like the trees in Lord of the Rings.
I was thinking Fern Gully, but I think we're on the same page here.
Fern Gully's sad too. But the trees in Lord of the Rings are big, huge, walking, talking creatures.
They're Ents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
funny because
sad.
I'm re-listening to Adventure Zone, of course, along with other stuff. It's not the only thing I listen to, but Trent the Tree Ant just made an appearance. So
I just imagine them screaming, going down.
It's just weird, though, man. Like, there's going to be so many traditions all over the world, and you never know when you're going to run afoul of one, and it's going to wind up incapacitating you. And I think it's so funny they had to sacrifice 2 goats, because like I said, like, what the hell did the goat do? It just seems unfair, man. But hey, that's a pretty awesome story and a really good one to start with. So thank you for sending that in, Akbar. We appreciate you. All right, let's see what you folks had to say. See what greetings we have to start the show. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you. Hopefully the new alert isn't too loud. I didn't get a whole lot of chance. That's not true. I didn't have a way to test the volume on your end. I could test it on my end and it sounded okay. But I don't know. We'll see if there's any complaints in here, because I know the first time we put up a new alert, it was way too loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looks like Blanca Bella was the first in both streams, followed by Vivian, and then Captain Fake Eye and Glitch. Hello to all of you.
I'm glad to see everybody joining us today over in Twitch as well. Hello, everyone.
Minnie Maria is also here.
Captain Fake Eye likes my shirt. Thank you.
Vivian says, it's funny, there's a story about that shirt. Vivian says, mine, in regards to their day. Was a bit dull, like most days recently, but I guess when I get older, a dull day will be a great day, so I'd say pretty good overall. That's a pretty good point. Yeah, I asked her this morning, I was like, are those flowers on your shirt?
No. He said, what's on your shirt? And I was like, I don't know, flowers. And I looked down at it, and it's just like, they're like birds that are back to back to each other, so it looks like a circle. So I thought they were flowers.
I thought they were strawberries
birds.
at first.
I don't know. They're birds.
They're birds. There are
And
birds on her shirt.
I've had this shirt for 3 years or something like that, and I've only just today realized they're birds.
I was going to say, I don't think you wear it very often. So
No, your mom got it for me for Christmas a few years ago.
It's a very nice shirt.
Yeah, thanks.
What else do we have? Minnie Maria says, anybody do anything interesting? I'm still stuck in jury duty. Gross. But at least I was able to eat some super delicious tacos from a nearby taco truck, and the other jurors are pretty cool. That's nice.
Tacos are always good.
If you're going to be trapped, it's nice to be trapped around cool people and good tacos.
Let's see. Lunabin says, I'm working on a dress while watching the stream, and I'm going crazy because sewing is hard.
Oh, man.
Sewing is hard. I wish I had a sewing machine. That would be a dream.
I've only ever sewn up, like, rips and stuff when I was younger, when I still, like, had it fresh in my mind from home ec.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a pillow in home ec, and I got an A on it. So it's around here somewhere. I still
Making
have
pillows
it.
is pretty simple.
Yeah, it's just you, like, sew it together, you flip it inside out, you stuff it, and then you finish it off.
Oh, you actually filled the pillow and sewed up the pillow?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I made a full-blown, like, couch pillow. So that was, like, our, like, not final. I think it was, like, our midterm, something like that. But, yeah. All right, let's keep on moving. A lot of people trickling in, just saying hello. The alliteration was really fun. The poem at the beginning was really fun. Taylor says, just tuned in. Hi, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Vivian says, Wednesday is my favorite day of the week because they always feel like Friday. I was born on a Wednesday and was supposed to be born on a Friday, so I've had it confused since I was in the womb.
That's hilarious.
LOL. That is really funny. Emily says 3 million bees have died in Brazil. That's fucked up. It's really bad. Emily says Mojang adds bees to Minecraft. We are fine. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, but hey, hopefully something will be done soon to make sure the, planet doesn't burn to the ground.
Spooky Zora says, my Omen baby had her teeth cleaned today and they had to pull 12 teeth. She's old and part Chihuahua, so it's expected. I'm thinking of renaming her Toothless.
Aw.
It's a lot of teeth for a doggo.
That's so funny.
I think Yui's lost one. She's only, but it's because she ate something and cracked it.
Yeah, we got her something that was supposed to be for dogs, like dental health to chew on, and it cracked her tooth. And after that, we're like, okay, so no more of those things.
Yeah,
super annoying.
It happens. The Snark says, I did that in my home ec too. My mom used that throw pillow until I graduated high school. That's cute.
Nice.
I didn't have home ec in my school. I don't know. Maybe they did, and I just didn't take it. I took like an engineering pathway, so we did like drafting, architecture stuff, making motors.
Stuff that would help you out in college.
Yeah.
It's pretty smart.
But we didn't, I don't know, I never took home ec.
I took home ec.
I would have loved to bake. I would have loved to learn how to do that stuff.
I took home ec in middle school, and I did not take it in high school because it was an elective. I took communications so I could learn how to do stuff like this in high school, ironically. So,
I took communication. You know what she did? She gave me an A-, like a bitch.
I was going to say A- is pretty good, but I forget that that's not good for Asians.
But, okay, so I had a 4.0. I had a 4.0 until she gave me an A-. And then I had a 3.98. And I was like, why would you freaking do that to me? That's stupid.
Bummer.
She's stupid.
I feel your pain. Not really. I would have been thrilled with an A- in most of my classes. All right, what else do we have here? Emily says, today I found out my grandmother got lung cancer again and might not survive this time. That's super sad. Just be there for her and stay strong. Vivian says, if I was a goat, I'd be like, this is goat shit. Adam, I can't believe you missed the pun opportunity. That's because it's not a very good pun, Vivian. It wasn't bad, though.
I think she's just goating you.
Wow, that was a good pun. Vivian says, oh, no, Emily, I'm so sorry. I can't lie and say that everything will be okay, but I can say without a doubt that we will be here for you. That's the best way to put it. Absolutely. I know a lot of cancer survivors, so you just got to, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, that sort of thing, and then just make sure that they know that if they need to talk about something, that you're there, and if they don't want to talk about something, do not pressure them into talking about it, because they're probably actively trying to maintain, like, mentally strong, and you do that sometimes by just not concentrating on the thing that you're dealing with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, what else do we got in here?
Laura Ann and Lunabin both said instead of home ec, they had religion class. I went to Catholic school, so I totally know the feeling of having to take religion. You don't use that as an adult, really, but they did what they did.
Taylor gave us an update on her cat. Pickles is doing great. He was a foster, and he is now with his forever family. I miss him so much, but he is very happy.
Well, that's good.
That's good. It's really nice of you to foster pets because a lot of people can't stand to have them taken away from them, and because of that, they stay in like shelters, and that's really rough. I have a friend who fosters dogs, and so she brings like a lot of older dogs, especially, into her home, and then waits for them to move on. So that's awesome. I'm pretty much caught up on my YouTube stuff, so I'm not sure how close you are to the end of your
Captain
Twitch stuff.
Fake Guy says I did theater instead of home ec, so I can't I can't sing or cook, but I can pretend to.
Nice. That's pretty funny.
Spooky Zora says, FYI, blueberries taste bad with tahini. I believe it.
I think blueberries taste bad with everything.
No, blueberries are I feel like they're too sweet. They're like or maybe it's the tartness, but it just cannot work with the chili. I can't imagine blueberries with chili. I just can't. It just seems weird.
I agree with you.
Let's see. Glitchgrim says you can use religion in adult life if you turn undead.
If you need to turn undead.
If you need to turn undead.
That's funny. It's a D&D joke.
Oh, okay. Anyway, my turn.
Right on. Just so you folks know, we're reading 4 of them again this week. We did 6 last week because a few of them were short, but most of them are relatively long, except for, I think, this next one that's coming up.
Oh,
so
cool.
I think you have the shortest and the longest.
Sweet. So this one is from Rory, and it goes, "Hi, Robin, Adam, and Linda." Aw.
Hello.
I feel like MFM now, where they're always like,
"Hello, Stephen."
Yeah. Hello,
my mom
Steven.
is our Stephen. That's so cool.
All right. My name is Rory. Pronouns are she and her, and I'd like to start out by you. That reminds me of what's that show, with Rory in it? Gilmore Girls.
I was like, Rory McIlroy? The show is called PGA Tour. He just won, by the way.
What?
Yeah, he crushed it. Good for him.
Man, lucky he didn't get struck by lightning.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like 8 people got struck by lightning. We brought that up on our last episode, too.
All right. I'd like to start out by saying I'm a huge fan of the pod.
Thank you.
I found y'all on Spotify, and I've been following this podcast for a while. Thank you. I'm a Vegas baby, so it's cool to listen to a hometown podcast. Anyways, love y'all. Okay, story time. Thank you. We love you too. For starters, I work at a church providing childcare. That's awesome.
It's really nice.
The story takes place there. All right. Scary things happening at church. I believe it.
Keep going.
Okay. When I was in Catholic school, I was always afraid to go into the church at night. And I'm sure you're not supposed to because it's supposed to be like a holy place, but it's creepy.
Isn't it all supposed to be a sanctuary, though? Like, if you need to go, you're supposed to be allowed to go at night?
I have no idea. But we would have bazaars.
That's bizarre.
Like a fair. We would have like a fair
Right.
or a carnival or something. And so the church would be there and people would be hanging around the church and stuff like that. But anyways, that's literally what's written. Anyways,
they knew we were going to tangent. They knew it.
My supervisor has proved my friends and I aren't crazy. So basically, I've had weird, spooky things happen at work. For example, one time I was walking through our big open room on campus and I felt something run at me from behind and grab me. This spirit snarled into my ear and said, "What do you think you're doing?" and then passed through me. My friends have also seen a shadow figure, and so have I. Basically, we told our supervisor about it to see if she's seen something, and she joked around and called us crazy, and said she's never seen nor felt weird here. Well, on Tuesday, my supervisor finally saw this shadow figure. The figure walked past the door, and she saw it through the window on the door. And when she went to go see who passed the door, no one was there. Now, keep in mind that there were only 2 people on shift, both of whom were in the same room when the shadow passed the door. Now she believes us and refuses to be in the big blue room alone. Moral of the story, believe your 17-year-old coworkers when they talk about seeing and feeling spirits. Anyways, I'm super sensitive to spirits and the paranormal, so I have tons of stories if you all want to hear them. Yes, we do. Please send them to us. Sorry if this is long and there are typos. That's fine because Spooky Mom fixes most of them.
Shout out Spooky Mom.
I'm sending this from my phone. Love y'all and stay spooky. Rory, your friendly Vegas dweller. That just reminds me of like Fallout New Vegas or something.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Rory, for your story. Yeah, I totally get creepy things happening in church settings and things like that. It happens. I mean, we had a graveyard built like right there too, or I guess they're not built, but there was a graveyard there, so you expect ghosts and things, right?
Isn't a graveyard, the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery is a graveyard is connected to a church and a cemetery is not. And also you can't bury ashes in a graveyard. You can only, I think I might have them backwards, but I know that's the difference. I just don't know the label for which one.
I don't know.
One of them, the one that's attached to a church, you can't bury ashes at. I'm pretty sure. And then the one that's standalone, you can bury ashes at. So,
I don't know.
anyways, excellent story. Thank you for sending that in.
Thank you.
All right, let's look over into stream chat, see what you folks had to say. Also, another thing that's exciting for this stream is this thing that we do called Marbles on Stream. I know we talk about it a lot, and a lot of you have been here for it. For those of you who are subscribers, we have a little bonus thing for you. Because we've raced so many times, we've actually accrued coins. I didn't have to go and buy them out of pocket, and I was able to get a marble specifically for our subscribers, so you should have a different style marble when we play later tonight. And I'm excited to see if it works, and I'll show you what it looks like before we start. That way you know what it looks like, and then if it doesn't work, we can all be like, oh, god damn it, together. But at the very least, you've seen what it looks like, so I'm excited for that.
Okay, so in the stream, there's a lot of D&D speak. So Captain Fake Eye says, only in D&D do you need religion if you need to turn undead. The Snark says, anyone can turn undead once. Glitch says, unless you have extra spell slots. You're not my supervisor.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
Taylor over there says, Pickles was very close, very, very close to being a foster fail, LOL. It's hilarious, hopefully. I'm just glad it worked out. Vivian says, I'm thinking of all the boof boofs, a.k.a. dogs, and meow meows, a.k.a. cats.
I want another dog.
Bit more.
I love dogs so
I know.
much.
I really hope. My mom has kind of been talking about getting another dog, and I really fucking
But it
hope.
has to be a Maltese.
I really hope she comes home with another dog just because I fucking love animals.
It's not going to happen.
I don't know if it's not going to. The fact that she's considering it is a big thing. Vivian says, all right, question of the week. Excuse me. If your personality was a breakfast food, what would it be? I know mine. I just want to look and see if Robin knows what hers is.
I would probably be an egg. My personality. Because sometimes I'm a little bit runny. Sometimes I'm a little bit scrambled. And sometimes I can be hard-boiled.
That's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That's really good. I would say you're a crepe because you're like delicate and delicious. Got really weird there. I would be a sausage. Plain and simple. I'm not going to make it complicated. I don't know. Because I have a weird gooey casing that keeps all of my innards inside. And I'm really greasy. That's why. And I'm delicious and everyone wants to pair me with their stuff.
Well, as an egg, I go with everything.
It's true.
I think, well, no, eggs aren't in crepes, are they? I don't know. Who knows?
Vivian says, Spooky Shadow Boy, what do you think you're doing? Vivian,
what do you think you're doing? Gotta do this.
Minding my own business. Now leave me alone. What do you think you're doing? Is that better? Jesus.
Anyway, okay. Captain Fake Eye says, wish I could stay around for marbles. Me too. They say it's always too late. So late for the East Coast.
We only have 2 emails left. So we're only doing 4 tonight.
Tianlung says, also, Robin and Adam, if it's a botanic garden, there are no headstones, only plaques, or a memorial garden. Interesting. I did not know that.
Emily says, today I almost asked out my crush. I say go for it. Just get it out there. Either turn him into your boyfriend or turn him into an old crush. Like, go for it. It's just like...
Get past it.
Yeah, man. Like, if you're crushing, like, go for it. Sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes. Just saying. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does.
Sometimes you end up with someone like Adam, and they're really, really, really annoying.
You're welcome. Okay.
Let's see. Captain Fake Eye says...
not almost. Also. Today I also asked out my crush. Okay, keep on going.
Captain Fake Eye says, I would be a California Benedict. I'm just that crunchy and liberal sounding and filled with avocado. What?
Emily said, he said sure and said that he would go get me some tissue. I don't know what the tissue is referring to, but sure is nice. I thought that's almost, that's my bad. And I think I confused everyone else too. Fun stuff.
Let's see. The Snark says this podcast is the result of a crush being asked out, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
You. Derp.
Right. Derp. Glitch Grim says, we are the Eggmen. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
That's funny.
I love the Beatles. I think they're so good. So good.
Does that mean I am the walrus? Who is the walrus is the question of our group. It's probably Robin. I am caught up over here because we didn't have a very long email there.
Okay. I'm caught up over here, too.
Okay, cool. That's what I was waiting to hear.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to move on into my next one, which is also my last one of the show because we're going with 4. This one is from Chrissy Fox, which is the handle they go by on Discord, and the subject is homegrown horror. So cool. Not a lot of clues into what we're about to get. Starts out like this. Hey, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
Hello. Just want to start off by saying you can read this on the podcast, and I am obsessed with the show. I found you on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify, which is also written here. And then a smiley face. I wanted to share my paranormal happenings with you.
Okay.
I have been debating writing in since I started listening back in September of 2018. So it's been about a year. The first ghostly thing that happened to me is quite possibly one of my earliest memories. I was about 4 or 5, I think. In the house we were living in at the time, my room was arranged so that my bed was in the corner of the far wall with the window on the left wall. One morning at about 6 or 7 a.m., I was hanging out in bed, and I was just laying on my back looking at the ceiling, and for some reason, I felt like I should look to my left. As I did, a black, smoke-looking blob slowly started to rise from between the wall and the bed.
That's creepy.
I just stared at it in confusion. Then, almost as if it saw me, it made a noise that I can only describe as a combination of a hissing and a shh. I pulled the covers over my head, which is hilarious because we all know that like covers will protect you from anything evil.
It's like you automatically do it because you don't want to see it.
Yeah, and it's a barrier between you and whatever's coming at you that it has to like get through in one way or the other.
Unless it's the grudge and then it crawls under your blanket and gets you anyway.
The next thing I knew, it was a little brighter outside and the thing was gone. I sat there wondering if it was a dream or if I was crazy. The more I think about it, especially now that I'm older, I think that it may have been a dream. One thing debunking that, though, is that I would always come running into my parents' room whenever I had even the slightest bad dream. Ever since, I cannot sleep without a blanket covering my ear.
Wow.
The next story...
I'm too paranoid because I'm scared that a bug is going to be crawling on the blanket and then crawl into my ear. But then at the same time, if you don't have the blanket on your ear, then the bug just drop into your ear.
You can imagine a different scenario where something like assaults you like that, regardless of like what situation you're in. You have to not think like that. That's just what it comes down to.
I just am super paranoid about bugs and orifices.
That's gross. Really gross. The next story is more my sister's than mine. Way to jack that from her. Some things to note in this one. I am about 13 or 14 and my sister is about 10 or 11 at this point. We were homeschooled. Anywho, this one starts with our mom, or your teacher, in charge of decorating the church we attended for some event.
Okay.
I don't remember what time of year it was. It's okay, side note, it's kind of funny when you're homeschooled because you don't have to worry about having that embarrassing moment where you call the teacher mom, which I think has happened to everyone at least once. I know it happened to me in 2nd grade, embarrassing as shit.
It happened to me in 6th grade.
My teacher was single and she was dating some dude, and she brought him to our class to like introduce him to the school, and like I think he actually kind of worked in the school or with the school or something like that because our principal was there too, and the principal left and it was just her and him, and he was like saying bye, and I was trying to get her attention. I was like, mom, and I could see it on his face, like, is that your fucking kid? Like even as like a 7-year-old, I was like, oh shit, like I just got her in trouble. So okay, sorry about that side note.
I'm just it was my friend's mom. And she was our 6th grade teacher. And he probably doesn't even listen to the podcast, but it was so whatever. But she was our 6th grade teacher. And I just, now that I'm a lot older, I realized how annoying I was because you say your teacher's name over and over and over again. And it's like the dog barking to go outside. She just does it over and over and over again. You're like, I'm sick of hearing your voice. And she must have been so sick of hearing all the kids' voices just calling her name, you know? And I just kept saying her name over and over again until it came out as mom instead of Miss whatever. And I just felt really bad.
I'm pretty sure the law in the United States of America in all 50 states is if one of your students accidentally calls you mom, you're allowed to strike them at least once.
Well, she looked at me in the eye. I looked at her. And instead of asking the question, I just walked away.
That's so funny.
I was just so awkward. It was so weird.
All right. We're going to get back to this now. Anywho, this one starts with our mom being in charge of decorating the church we attended for some event. Okay, cool. I don't remember what time of year it was, so it could have been anything. For some reason, Valentine's Day sticks out, though. Anyway, Mom wanted us to do some homework at the church since she was busy doing other things. My sister Kylie hated homework so much, especially when we were not at home, and she was trying to get me to play a game with her instead. I finally convinced her that if we got our stuff done early, We might get a 3-day weekend out of it, or at least an easy Friday. I think it's hilarious that you can like get a 3-day weekend out of your mom/teacher if you're homeschooled. So we were doing our homework, and my sister says, quote, "Did you see that?" I said, "No, what are you talking about?" She told me she saw a man walk past the door to the room we were hanging out in. I say that it was probably one of the guys who have a key, and they might just be passing by. She insisted that she had never seen this guy before. I blew it off, thinking she was only trying to get out of working. In parentheses, she still might have been. A few minutes passed by, and she said she saw him again, and we should find out who it was. I tell her to forget about it, and I kept on working. After some persuading, she finally got me to go upstairs to check it out. We looked outside for any unusual cars, but my mom's was the only one out there. We started to investigate the whole upstairs and found nothing.
It's creepy.
I told her that, of course, there was nothing, and we should go back downstairs before we get in trouble.
Oh my
Shout out
God.
to Wilmer227, who just subscribed on Twitch using
you so
their
much.
own money. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right, getting back to the story. So there was nothing, and they should go back downstairs before they got in trouble. Before we went, she looked at the pictures of all the former pastors on the wall of a sort of foyer area. She pointed to the founding pastor and said, "Hey, that's the guy I saw. He passed away a while before this, I'm pretty sure." Weird. The next one is what made me believe in ghosts. The next one is what made me believe ghosts might actually be real. So this other one didn't make you feel that way. Or the weird lost fog that showed up in your bed when you were 4 didn't make you feel that way.
That other one, though, could have just been some dude.
That just looked like, it could have been like
Right.
the pastor's son or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, that's very true. All right. But this is the next one that makes her believe that. So it's going to be fucking good. All right. Back to the church again. I was now 16 or 17 at this point. I want to say my dad used to be in charge of making the PowerPoint slides that had the words for all the songs for the congregation would be singing next week. He gave that position to me. For some reason, instead of buying PowerPoint, in parentheses, we did eventually, we would just go to the church and make them. My dad would almost always go somewhere else in the building while I did what I needed to do, and then he would come back and proofread everything before we left. Anyway, the computer was in the sound booth, which is basically a cooler version of an attic because it had window frames so you could see and hear everything that was going on. To get up to the sound booth, you had to go up some stairs. I'm pretty sure it was a normal amount of stairs, but it just felt long. When you got to the top, straight ahead is the computer desk. To the left is a storage closet, and to the right is another computer desk and then another storage closet. This sound booth was almost always cold no matter what time of year it was. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. You're lucky that your sound booth was cold because the sound room that we're in right now, also known as our office, is always hot, and it's so hot right now.
So the summer is incredibly hot here in Vegas, and I get it. It's a dry heat, and everyone says that, but you have a dry heat. We're on fire. The world is on fire.
Guess what's a dry heat? Fire. Yeah.
It's
what's
horrible.
up?
And it
when
was
you get to like 118 degrees,
yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's dry heat or humid. It is so hot.
It was 115 on my way home from school today, and that was like at 5 o'clock. It's starting to become evening. It's 115 degrees. We're dying. Yesterday, we went to go get water at our grocery store, and I had SWAS standing outside
at like 9 p.m.
At 9 p.m.
When the sun is down and it's still triple digits, you're living somewhere that's very hot.
It was horrifying.
I
it was
am
absolutely horrible.
more okay with someone being like, "Well, you choose to live there," than being like, 115 dry heat's not that hot. It's like, fuck you.
Right.
You're insane.
And so normally I deal with it inside the house. We have air conditioning. It's fine. But today it's so hot outside. It's permeating through the entire house. I had to go get the fan from your mom's room.
Which is so rare for her.
And I
She
never
hates
do
fans.
that. I hate fans.
Everyone knows she's team no fan. But
And
today, she's team fan.
I grabbed the fan.
That's how hot
and
it is
I
in
had
Vegas.
to turn it on because it was just so hot and I'm dying.
All right, getting back to this story.
Anyway.
It says, anywho, because they knew we were going to deviate. Back to the story. I was working on the slides as usual, and my dad was wandering around. I heard footsteps coming up the stairs and all the way to the computer desk. I thought it was my dad, so I said something to him, and there was no answer. I thought maybe he was distracted by something and didn't hear what I said. I turned around to see what he was doing, and there was no one there. I kind of thought, weird, and kept on working. Later, my dad actually came up to the stairs and sounded slightly frustrated when he asked me why I opened the storage closet door, in parentheses, the one farthest from me. I was confused, and I told him I had been right here working the entire time. Both of us brushed it off. On several other occasions, I heard the footsteps coming up the stairs again and also saw the door open by itself. I debunked the door. I made sure it was shut, grabbed the handle, and put dead weight on it and tried to pull it open.
The fact that you're calm enough to try to debunk it is totally impressive.
It's very smart. Once they did that, it stayed put. You had to turn the knob in order to open it, and yet it would just sometimes creak open ever so slightly for no reason at all. I know that's debunking or confirming something really weird is happening. Another random thing that happened in my bedroom around this time, in parentheses, different house than the first story, was actually kind of funny. I had a shelf above the window that my bed was under, and it held just a few figurines and toys and stuff. I had a glass bell with a snowman on it on this shelf, and my sister and I believe it was haunted, in parentheses, or suicidal. It was not really by the edge of the shelf, and yet it would, quote, jump off when we were just sitting and talking. I tried seeing if maybe things like people walking in the hall. Wait. Okay, I need to redo this. I tried seeing if maybe things like people walking in the hall and closing doors made it fall, but nothing I did ever worked. One day after it jumped or fell off, I was getting tired of putting it back, so I shoved it to the back of the shelf, and it never did it again after that. It also could be that your shelf was like slanted. Whenever that happens to folks and you're getting creeped out, bust out a level and see if like it's just on a decline or an incline that's making something fall over. Okay, last story. This one absolutely freaked my mom out.
It's scary when it freaks the parents out.
Yeah.
Because my parents don't get scared easily. So if something scares them, it's scary.
And we will tell you about it. All right. At this point, I am married and also obviously in a different house than my parents. I was working overnight at the time, and my body was not adjusting to it well at all. I forget how long I had been working that shift, but it was getting close to a year. Anyway, I couldn't sleep during the day despite having a dark, quiet room to sleep in, so I was getting sleep deprived. One night, as I was leaving for work, going through the backyard to get to the garage, I saw an all-black, Grim Reaper-looking thing with yellow glowing eyes.
Well, it's not evil because it's not red.
This thing was tall. Wow. Yeah, there you go. You're totally safe. Don't worry about it. It was maybe a foot or so past the top of the door.
Ooh, that's tall.
Honestly, I was so sleep deprived that I was more annoyed that he was blocking the door than actually afraid.
I can totally see that.
I think I got about 5 feet in front of him and just stared. He kind of looked like he acknowledged me. I looked away for a second and he was gone. I kind of just thought, that was weird, and went about my night. Later in the night, I saw him out of the corner of my eye a few times, but always from far away. One of my coworkers accidentally scared me when she came around the corner because I was focused on trying to see him in detail again. I still don't believe what was going on. A few months later, I transferred to days and then quit a few months after that, but I have never seen anything like that since. Sometimes I wonder if it was the black blobby thing from my first story. That's all I have for now. So far, nothing spooky has happened to me for a long time, but you will get my story ASAP if anything else does. Thanks for reading, and I hope you enjoyed all my random stories. Hope I didn't say anyway too much. LOL.
Well, they were needed, I'm sure, because we went on a whole bunch of tangents, so it works out.
Yeah, they were very necessary, so don't even feel bad about that. That last one is super fucking creepy. I don't know how you kept your cool seeing something that's giant and looks like the Grim Reaper.
But imagine being so tired that doesn't even register. And think about it this way, like maybe it was standing there and it's like, you don't look so hot. Oh man, she's not even scared of me. She must be like really tired.
Maybe it was a Reaper
and it just felt bad.
That like doesn't have anything on its schedule, but they're like, yeah, just hang out around someone who's like, you know, on the verge. And it's like, this person's super sleep deprived. This is an accident waiting to happen. Like, I'm just gonna hang out around her. And then like he forgot to put on his like cloaking device, and you walked up and we're looking at him. He's like, oh shit, I fucked up. I'm just gonna get out of her way now. Hopefully she doesn't say anything to the boss. There you go. That's the short story I've created in my mind for what happened with that Grim Reaper.
All right.
So hope you enjoyed that. You're welcome. All right, let's look over into Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say on that one. It was long, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Let's see. So, question is about SWAS. SWAS is just sweat ass or swamp ass. So it's just like
there's SWAS, swoobs, and swalls.
What are swalls? Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
Swoobs are a thing. That's annoying. Let's see. Miranda asked, do y'all have AC out there? We do have AC. It just today was exceptionally hot.
A lot of times when it's this hot, AC has a really hard time keeping up. Like, you can set it to the temperature you want your house to be, and your AC will basically be running all day until the sun goes down. Yeah. And then it will eventually catch up, but that's at night.
Yeah.
It's sometimes very hard and that's why ACs die out here so much.
The Snark says, it feels like a hair dryer blowing at you, like standing behind a truck. Or when you open your oven. And that's just what it feels like. Wilmer227 says, I thought 90 was hot out here in LA. When we were in Disneyland, it was hot.
It is hot. It's not that's not hot. I don't think anyone needs to feel like if they're in a hot place, they're not hot.
Yeah.
It's just annoying when it's 115 and someone's like, you're the dry heat, though. It's like, that doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Yeah. No, we went to Disneyland and we were waiting in line for the Millennium Falcon and we were dying. It was so hot outside. And that was just this past Sunday. So it is hot in LA right now. Let's see.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the spot where I left off. Emily says, it was an afternoon ask out and after I found out about my grandma. Vivian says, wait, between you and Adam, who asked out who? Emily's reply is, I think she asked out him because she is an independent woman, which is weird because Emily's the one being asked that. I'm so confused over here.
Like for between us?
Oh, maybe that is. No, I asked her out.
Yeah, he asked me out. Okay, so when we first met, I was like, I don't give a fuck who this person is.
She was so fucking shitty to me when we first met. She came in. Okay, here's the story. I'm not going to get too in-depth because it could be long.
We also used to look a lot different.
Yeah, by a lot different, we were a lot skinnier. She's still just as hot as she always was.
I
look like a different person.
I was
back
like
when
80
she met
pounds
me.
lighter, okay?
I was like 100 pounds lighter, and I was like in really good fucking shape. I can max out every machine at my gym. Anyways, here's the story. She came in to interview for a job, and I was working at this place. So it was GameStop. It doesn't matter. It's not like we have an NDA or anything. She came in, and I was like, God damn, like she's hot. So she walked up, she was about to interview, and she introduced herself to my boss, who she was interviewing with. So I went over, I was like, hi, I'm Adam, it's nice to meet you. And she just like looked at me. This is what she did. She's like, and looked back to our boss and then went to interview. And she went back there and I was like, what? No, she blew me off. She wouldn't shake my hand. I was like, what a bitch. But she got the job because she was super overqualified. She had more experience running that place than I would have or my boss would have put together. So she came in. And the first day she worked, she came in and just started working because she knew what to do. And I was like, who the hell is this Asian chick putting back like video game cases? Oh, yeah, we had the new girl start today. And so she started and I just noticed her work ethic right away. And then we started talking a bunch. And I realized we were both into like a bunch of the same nerdy things. And then this is like Wednesday. And then Friday, I noticed on the schedule I worked with her again. So, like, I worked out super fucking hard, like, Thursday and Friday. I barely ate a thing, so I could just look amazing when I went to work. And I went in there, and one of the things I told her about was something called DBZ Abridged, which is Dragon Ball Z that's been, like, cut down so that you can get through, like, a season in, like, 2 episodes. And it's redubbed by fans. It's something super silly. I'm pretty sure Funimation has shut it down at this point. But there's only, like, 30 episodes at the time. They're all, like, 6 minutes long. And she came in on Friday and she was like, I totally watched all of DBZ Abridged. And I was like, she wants the D. So
well, then he also talked about the stupid StarCraft show.
I had tickets to go see a live StarCraft show that I brought up to her, but didn't ask her to because I was sort of gauging.
And he kept talking about it. He kept talking about it
twice.
And talking about it. And then he's like, yeah, I have these extra tickets. I don't know who to take.
I was hoping she would say, like, I want to go or,
like
express interest, but she didn't express any fucking interest in these tickets.
I was just waiting, like, is he going to invite me or what?
So then the next time we hung out, or the next time I saw her at work, I invited her. And then, like, Sunday hit, and I'm very much, like, when I'm single dude, I was all about, like, I don't want to fucking see anyone on my days off. I just want to hang out, especially on my cheat day. Sunday was the Super Bowl. I didn't want to see a single person. I just wanted to watch it. And I realized, like, I really missed her and I wanted to see her. So I texted her and asked her if she wanted to hang out. And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, a few other people are coming over to watch the Super Bowl. It'll be a nice way to get to know people. And she's like, okay, that's fine. And then I went down to the store and I, like, told the people that were working, like, you're fucking coming over to my house when you get off work so I don't seem like a crazy person. So she came over early and we started talking and I realized, like, I didn't need to invite anyone in the first place. And then everyone showed up and I was like, well, fuck me. Now I just want them to leave. And then eventually everyone left and I asked her out. I was like, I want you to be my girlfriend. I don't want there to be like...
Our friend would not leave.
He was so annoying. I was just like, I don't want there to be any confusion between us about like, are we together? Are we not together? I was like, I just want her to be my girlfriend. So, and I've seen her every day since.
Not every day.
Yeah, I've at least seen you via Skype or FaceTime, even when I worked like 3 hours away.
Well, but when you went to Chicago for the bachelor party, you didn't see me.
I mean, we talked on the phone. almost every day since 7 years ago. So that's the story.
7 years is when it dies.
Fuck you. I hate you so much.
Okay. Anyway.
She didn't ask me out.
I did not.
She did go and talk to her sister and her friends. Like, oh my God, he's so hot. Why won't he ask me out?
Whatever. Anyway, Tan Lung has a story about it being hot out here in Vegas. I worked on the Strip, left work around 11:30. During the summer, it wasn't uncommon for it to be 100 on the Strip when I left. That's insane.
Yeah.
And what is it called? Something Island. Heat Island effect?
Heat Island
effect is a thing, especially in really cramped cities that have tall buildings. It's just all the heat gets trapped in there. And so it's
with the asphalt being
heat-sick.
black especially, like it captures the heat and then traps it in the city. They started trying to paint like roadways white in certain cities to avoid heat island effect, and I'm like, I don't know how well that's gonna work.
They did do tests though, and it does work.
Really?
It helps a lot. If you test the ground where it's black and then you test the ground where it's white, it's a lot.
And then when it starts getting driven on, like you're gonna have like
dirty.
It's gonna get super dirty super fast, and all you're gonna see is people's tire marks, whatever.
Anyway, so Glitch says, I'm sure Vegas is like Texas. If your AC goes out, you die. Out here in Vegas, you cannot, if you're an electric company, you cannot shut off someone's electricity because you will kill that person.
It's literally like endangerment of them. Vivian says, ooh, I have the $1 million question. Milkshake or smoothie? Milkshake for this dude.
Milkshake. It's got to be like a Oreo milkshake or a strawberry milkshake. I'm not so big with the smoothies.
Emily says, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Taylin says, yo dog, I listen to the Dybbuk episode literally every single day and I'm still cracking up at shalom means, if I'm not mistaken, means what's up bitches.
There's an episode where I don't know if you cut it off at the end of the episode, but there's an episode we recorded where at the end I'm just like Shabbat Shalom bitches, and
she was saying it all the fucking time like a year ago. I can't remember why.
It's because we had I don't know if it was Cards Against Humanity or something like that. It was a card game like that where one of the cards I got said that on there, and it was the accent game.
Ow.
It had to be the accent game or something.
I don't think it was.
I don't remember. Anyway, I just died when I read that card. I said it in some way that just...
She was so proud of herself. She's like, I need to repeat this until I die.
And it was just so funny. I don't know. It was great. I love those card games like Cards Against Humanity or the Joking Hazard game. Those things are so funny.
So it's really hard to tell who's saying they like milkshakes and who's just singing the milkshake song. So I'm just going to go ahead and say...
It brings all the boys to the yard.
Everyone likes milkshakes over there in YouTube. So fun stuff.
Let's see.
Taylin says a green smoothie with like mango and pineapple and everything smacks. I don't know what smacks means. I'm guessing it's like delicious. Slaps with music. It just means it tastes good.
I think it's, yeah.
Like it makes your lips smack together.
People are asking if humidity is bad. I think humidity is awful. When we went to Japan, it was like 70 degrees or something.
It was still really fucking hot.
And it was hot and you're sweating walking around anywhere.
I grew up in Chicago, right? So in the really hot days in the summer, it would be 95 to 100 degrees and like 90% humidity. And that's awful. And I'll never say it's not awful. And I fucking hate it. But 120 degrees, humid or not, is the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. Because even in Chicago, 95 to 100 degrees with 95% humidity, where it's like you're walking through a cloud, there's nothing like getting hit in the face by wind that feels like an open fucking oven. We're just like, the wind isn't even cooling me off, man. Like, the wind is heating me up. It's insane. Like, and you don't sweat. Like, your clothes are covered, but there's no, like, sweat on your body.
Oh, I
because
sweat a lot.
As soon as you're, like, sweating, it's being taken off your fucking face. But, like, you get to Japan, it's 70 degrees, it's super humid, and you're just like, psh, it's like you're fucking Aquaman,
It was
dude.
like
you're
we had
just
to shower every single day because it was just
We had to figure out who would carry the backpack because I carried the backpack the whole first day, and we got to the hotel.
The backpack stank.
And it was like I had swamp back on my back in the backpack, and I was like, this is fucking gross. I don't want to be the stinky fat American dude walking around in Japan like all vacation. So we're like hanging it over one shoulder to make sure it wouldn't get too bad, or swapping. And then we made the rule, like, if you want to bring something, you're the one that has to carry it. Because I'm like, I'm not putting anything in that fucking backpack because I don't want to be smelly American dude.
It was bad. It was so bad. Humidity sucks. Let's see. Oh, Laura Ann says, I'm loving this story of Adam and Robin. The Snark says, NFL, if a hot guy at GameStop talks to me, I'm going to assume he's going to ask me to reserve something.
That's funny.
Let's see. Captain Fake Eye says, "Oh, the two of you are so cute. Thank you. We appreciate that you guys think our story is cute because sometimes I'm like, dang."
Well, Adam, as I like to say, I'm a half a bubble out of level. Say that 10 times fast. I dare you. No. However, I've been really sick lately, and my stomach has been so filled with gas, and it would not leave my body. I felt like I was a human level where I'd like lay down and the air bubble would move within my body and make me feel worse in just a different spot. Dan San says, "Oh, hi. What up? Thank you for joining us."
What up? What up? Okay, so before I get into my next story here,
I'm not even caught up.
I know, I'm doing like a little thing. So, just to let you guys know, our 10% promotion ended because it was a sponsored sale by Teespring. But right now, because I'm going to remove some designs at the end of the month, I'm doing 5% off our entire Teespring store. So I'm putting the link into our chat. And if you use the promo code CLEAR5, you can get 5% off everything, including the summer designs that I have in there right now.
Snap.
So I am taking off some of the designs that I have from last year.
Yeah.
At the end of the summer. So if there's things that you guys want, I recommend you guys check it out now. Pick stuff up while you can, because I'm going to get rid of a couple things. So take a look at that. Click on the link. Go do that stuff. Also, we do have a Streamlabs store that has exclusive merch that's completely different than what you'll find openly available on our Teespring store. So if you go down into the description of our channel, you can click on the Streamlabs store, and there's like the little rainbow design that we have, and stuff like that. So you can check that out. And yeah, just
fun
wanted
stuff.
to put that out there.
All right, looking over, lots to talk about kale. I don't like kale. I don't hate kale though. I'd eat kale if I had to, but I don't prefer it.
It's not gonna kale you.
I hate you so much. I'd rather have like spinach. Vivian says, "Oh, Adam, you sweet bean, you missed her. My heart. I'm not crying. You're crying." What's funny is when I was single, and because it's Vegas, and Vegas is like a really weird place to date women, because it's like
you just bang women.
Well, that's the thing. Things are very hypersexualized just in general, and in Vegas, there's a very casual, nonchalant attitude towards banging, and like it sounds like a dream when you first move here, and it is. But when you're actually looking for a relationship, you're like, I'm not going to take anything too seriously because in a lot of times you're just going to wind up getting fucked over or cheated on. So I had these rules when I moved out here that kind of developed as I went on. And one of the biggest things in my like rule set was if I never text first. I would never text someone first. I'd rather never talk to someone than text them first. And the other thing is, however long it takes them to text me back, I will text them back that many minutes plus one minimum.
Who actually has those rules?
I call it the X plus one rule. However long it takes you to text me back, I'm going to take that long to text you back because that's how much you value this conversation.
No wonder you were single when I met you.
So that's whatever. But anyways, I had like multiple rules. I can't remember the rest of them. That's the biggest one though, is the text first and the not text back thing. And she texted me the day after we worked together on Friday, so Saturday, to get her schedule, and then we just kept talking. And we kept talking and kept talking. And then Sunday hit. And I was like, oh, shit. I didn't even think about X plus one. And I was like, well, fuck. I really hope she texts me because I really want to talk to her again. And that's when I was like, but I just want to talk to her. So I just texted her. And that was when my rules just sort of like all fucking evaporated and blew off. I was just like, I don't care about any of this shit. Like, I just want to talk to her. So, yeah. Fun stuff. She makes fun of me all the time for all the rules I used to have. All right. I'm going to scroll. Tara says, will you leave the story of you two started dating in the cut show? I got here at the tail end and I'm still at work, so I can't go back. If you leave it, that'd be great. Maybe.
It depends. Well,
you can always go back.
You can always watch the video. So if you watch the video on YouTube, everything stays in there. We don't change anything on the videos, but the audio for the actual podcast side will probably be edited because those are the little tidbits that happen just for you guys that come and watch us. So
we typically don't address our relationship on the actual like podcast. We've only done it a few times, I think, right?
I don't know.
But on the live show, we'll talk about it. Like, I don't give a shit. I'm pretty open. But when it comes to it, it's like we don't really go out of our way to address it, mainly because so many people crush on Robin. I don't want to break their hearts to let them know like she's unavailable and I'll murder you. Okay. All right. There's a lot of talk about Tennessee and some of the places that everyone lives, fun stuff like that. Some different things that are being taught out there, and nothing like weird or anything like that. And then just some random Tennessee facts. So I'm fairly caught up.
I'm glad everyone thinks we're cute, because sometimes I'm just like, I hate
I think
you
we're
so
obnoxious.
much.
And I think that's what works with our podcast is we both like find a topic we like, and then the interactions with each other are kind of what makes the thing. That's at least what we were hoping on when we started it. So I don't know. Someone messaged us today on Instagram and told us that we helped them through a really rough time. And that's really nice to hear.
Those things mean a lot to us.
Because we have really rough times also. So sometimes we're really down about stuff. And when someone reaches out and tells us they appreciate it, and it's really, really weird. Coming from the perspective of someone who did a podcast that was pretty much a failure. And I never heard anything from anyone who listened except people I knew. Hearing stuff from strangers, people I've never met, is still shocking to me. And I always say it to Robin, like, I can't believe people are actually listening to this and they actually enjoy it. And even though we get so much from you folks, every now and then, like, you have a bad day, you know, you just have a normal person bad day and you kind of forget about that stuff. And seeing something like that kind of snaps you back into like, you know what, I'm not sad, I'm grateful. Like, I'm very happy and I'm very proud. And I don't know, it was just kind of like that today. Like, I saw the thing coming on Instagram and I was like, that made me feel really good. Like, I'm happy that we just being us can make someone else feel a little bit better. So
this is why we do what we do.
Hopefully we don't make you feel bad. Like, God, these fucking people are so annoying. That's what we're not going for. So
anyway, continuing on. So I'm going to read my next story because you're done, right?
Yep. And this is the last story of the show. This is the last
story of the night, and then we're going to go into marbles. You guys can try and win free stuff. So if you guys want to hang on for a few more minutes so that we can get through the story.
Don't say it like that.
If you guys
I have to edit the shit out of this now because to the people who are listening to the regular podcast
that's not
episode,
what I meant. You know what I mean.
Are like, we're just shit to you.
So this is going to be the last story of the night, and I'm just going to go get straight into it. The subject is the hooded figure in my room.
That's creepy.
And it's not the thing that just hangs off of the rack behind.
I was gonna say, is it a hoodie on like a rack? Because that'll do it.
Hey, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, that was off. You said hello. Okay. I found your podcast on Spotify around December 2018 and have binged it ever since. I love your dynamic and love the pod. Oh my God, we just had like a whole chat in our chat about how our dynamic is. I have a story. I'm not sure how good it is, but if the mood strikes, you feel free to read it on the pod.
The mood has struck.
My name is Brittany, and I am a young professional living in Southern California. The following story takes place on and off over the course of most of my young life from the ages of about 9 to about 24. I can't remember when the sightings began, but they were always the same. I'd wake up at exactly 3:11 a.m. It's the best band ever.
I knew you were going to say something about 3:11.
Damn it. Turn over to look near my bedroom door, and there it was. Standing near my bedroom door was a tall, dark, hooded figure. The shadows were cast in a way where there was no distinguishing facial features, but I could see that the figure was in a long, black, hooded cloak. It's probably a wizard.
I think this is from Brittany, who's currently watching, because I just looked over and it says, oh my God, this is me.
So the hood hung down, covering any potential face that may be lying underneath. Based on the size of the figure compared to the surroundings, I would estimate that it was about 6.5 feet tall. Definitely taller than anyone in my family. The first few times, I was quite frightened, as you could imagine any child would be. I'd wake up, have an unnerving feeling as though I was being watched. I'd suddenly get very hot and begin to feel sweat form at the base of my neck. I turned to look at the clock. It would always read 3:11. That band's just trying to get into your life. I would then focus my eyes near my bedroom door and closet doors, and there was the figure, standing, watching. The figure never spoke and didn't move too much, but I had this sense that it was possessed, but I had this sense that it possessed nefarious intentions as if to harm me. When I was younger, I would pull the covers over my head even though I was sweating, because we all know that pulling the covers over your head makes you impervious to evil.
It just keeps coming back.
Yeah, it's how you protect yourself, for real.
I wonder how long it goes where you keep seeing this thing where you just like wake up and like roll over and like see it and you like 2-tap and like peace sign it like, what up, dog? Like 3:11.
I did that to someone at work the other day. She did it back. I was so happy.
I did it to someone at work, and because I work at a place that's a little bit more formal, like I 2-tapped and then gave like the peace sign, and they just like looked at me like, fuck you.
She was it was one of the other engineers, and I did it to her, and she just did it back and winked at me. I was like, oh yeah, girl.
Now I'm just picturing the shadow robed figure being like 2-tap, and then like a bony skeleton 2 fingers comes out.
Oh my God.
It's like I never should have done that.
Okay, So I would lay there listening to my heartbeat and just pray to fall back asleep. While these sightings did not occur every night, it would begin a long history with this hooded figure. Every couple of weeks to months for the fuck. Sorry, there was like a little froggy in my throat. Every couple that sounds weird. Every couple of weeks to months for the next 13 years, the sightings remained the same. However, as time passed on, I began to notice one simple but terrifying thing. The figure was getting closer. What?
That's fucked up. That's super
no,
fucked up.
Okay, so over 13 years. Say it shows up periodically throughout 13 years. Is it moving fractions of an inch, or is it like an inch closer, an inch closer?
It's like the idea that between planes, I know that this is all just like speculative completely and could all be bullshit. I'm just saying this because this is what I think, but like between the planes that things could exist on, time can function very, very differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like something moving towards you could seem like it's in real time to that thing, but to you, it's actually happening over the course of 13 years, which is so fucking creepy.
What is that movie about time and the space movie? What is it called?
Interstellar?
Yes.
Time is a flat circle?
What? Did they say that in there?
No, it's just like the concept of time not being linear. It's a flat
it's wibbly
circle.
wobbly timey wimey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Continuing on. At the age of 17, I moved away from home to attend college. Once I got out of the house, the sightings stopped, and I forgot all about the silly figure in my bedroom. When it's creeping closer to you over the span of 13 years, it is not silly. It is frightening.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
When I was accepted into When I was accepted into medical school 4 years later, congratulations, I moved back in with my parents to attempt to save some money. Once I had settled into my old room, the sightings began again. Only this time, the figure picked up where it left off in my room. That's messed up.
So you wake up, you see it, it's like, glad to have you back.
Like, oh my God, that's horrible. Like they hit save progress or something. The routine picked up right back up as well. Suddenly, I'm awake in bed. It's dark. I begin to feel the eyes on me. I get uncomfortably hot and begin to sweat. I turn to look at the clock, and damn it if it's not 3:11 again. I look toward the bedroom door, and there is a 6.5-foot shadow looking back at me. It happens so often that it eventually became an annoyance. Wake up, get hot, look at the clock, look for the figure, find it, sigh, say, yep, still there, roll back over and fall asleep. Eventually, the figure was standing at the side of my bed. One night, I challenged the figure, asking what it wanted and stating that if it was going to do something, then to just up and do it because I was tired. You're in medical school, of course you'd be tired. Also, something that you should know about me, demons or not, once it gets past a certain time of night, I give zero fucks.
That's hilarious.
I just want to sleep and I'm annoyed at any minor disturbance. Cat meowing.
I'd say a demon approaching you isn't a minor disturbance.
Cat meowing, shut up and throw a pillow. Boyfriend snoring, smack in the face. Did I sleep through that alarm? Well, do I really need this job anyway? That's funny. I do the same thing.
I do it every time my alarm goes off for the last 15 years of my life.
You do not rest when you do that. You're just wasting time because you don't sleep. Your body's just, ugh. Who was it? Was it your mom that was like, you guys should just wake up?
Yeah. Set your alarm for the time you need to wake up because like you're just stealing time away from yourself and you could actually rest. I don't know if I could do it.
I don't think I could do it because I'd snooze even later. And then I would never get to work on
Or
time.
if I slept through that one alarm, or if I snoozed it, and it's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Also could be a recipe for being more rested, but who the hell knows because I'll probably never try it.
Right. The last night I recall seeing this figure began as any other night. Wake up, hot, clock, 3:11. Look at the side of the bed. There it is. Only tonight, its right arm is outstretched to where it is hovering above me. I look up to where a face should be, and there's nothing. Just a black hole that seems almost eternal. Once I see that emptiness that lies behind the hood, I suddenly get really cold. I get the feeling that my hair is standing up. Now I have very long hair going down past mid-back. Holy crap, that's really long. As I continue to wake up, I realize that a chunk of my hair is standing upright, and I see that the figure is holding it there. I blink, and the figure disappears. Then my hair falls down and lands upon my face. Fuck that shit. That's horrifying.
Is it white now? Do you look like Rogue?
I was going to think more like Anna.
I guess.
From Frozen. Okay. Or what is that character from Mortal Kombat that has the white streak in
Shiva?
her hair. Is that Shiva?
I don't
Is that
know.
her name? The mom?
I think it's Shiva because her hair is like a weapon.
Shiva Kamini Somakanda Crumb?
Yes, that's it. That's the one
Okay.
from Mortal Kombat.
I've lost my spot.
Britt Newt has confirmed in the chat, no, it is not white now. Good to know. However, I think that'll be a good look. The rogue look is pretty good.
After this night, I began to sleep with my hair tied up, and I started staying with my then boyfriend more often, and eventually began moving into another place with him and got married. Ooh,
Congrats.
Ooh. I have never seen the figure again, and I don't really want to know what else would have happened, as I'm pretty sure after years of showing up in my bedroom, its main mission was not to just touch my hair.
It finally gets there after 13 years, and it's like, look at these split ends.
Look at this photograph. My parents have since moved there. Fuck. Hold on. My parents have since moved, so there's no reason for me to spend another night in that house. I wonder if someone else moves into that bedroom, it's just going to start messing with that person.
It's probably going
right
to get
where it left
reset,
off.
and it's like, my fucking checkpoint was right next to the bed. I hate this game.
When we were all living in the house, my sister and mother reported seeing a girl dressed in a white dress passing through the hallway behind them while looking in the bathroom mirror. They also reported hearing their names whispered at night, and sometimes lights would turn off or on by themselves. That is horrifying. My apologies for the long story. It was totes good. Also, for any grammatical or spelling, it's my mouth. Okay, it's my mouth.
It's because your mouth starts moving faster than your eyes can read.
Okay, I'm a doctor, not a writer. So that means your writing is like scribbles. That's what everybody always makes fun of about doctors is they can't write because they just like
Their
scribble really
handwriting
fast.
is like supposed to be
Right.
terrible.
But I don't know. You could have the nicest handwriting in the world, I bet.
Your email was written really well, or my
Yes.
mom did an amazing job fixing it.
Yeah.
One of the two.
I just want to say thank you so much for what you do. Also, if you're a doctor, like, let us know what doctor you are. That's so cool. I'm just.
You mean like what kind of specialty?
Yeah, I think that's so cool. Doctors are amazing. It takes a lot of work to become one.
I mean, she's in the chat, so I'm sure
yeah,
she'll
let us know. Thank you so much for what you do and for Professor.
Take your time, bro.
I just want to say thank you so much for what you do and for providing a space for people to share their stories without feeling ridiculed. I don't consider myself a true believer, but more of a skeptic, and still think that maybe at times the figure was a figment of my own imagination. The community that you two have helped create is so welcoming and supportive of each other, and I don't think that we can thank you enough for that. You guys are an amazing community, and we thank you guys for being an amazing community, because we could have a really toxic community, but we don't, because we don't put up with that shit.
Yeah, and you folks support each other. It's kind of crazy because like some days I'll get off work and I'm like, there's like 120 messages in Discord that I need to read, and sometimes they're in like the mental health chat, and I'll go and be like, oh no, like maybe someone needed to talk and I wasn't available, and then I see that like you folks are helping each other, you know, and it's like it's not that I'm not necessary, but I'm not required to be there, you know what I mean? And that makes me feel so relieved that you folks are so supportive.
I truly enjoy what you do and hope that you're able to do this for many years to come. Much love, Brittany. I do have one funny story if you have time. When I was a kid, my parents would leave for work pretty early, around 5:30 a.m. This means they were usually gone by the time I woke up for school. One morning, I wake up and hear what I think is my dad's work shoes clacking on the tile walking around. I thought it was weird that my dad was still home, so I grabbed my phone by my bed and called my mom. And then it's going to go through a dialogue. So, me, hey mom, is dad at home? Mom, yeah, he is. Why? Me, okay, good. Never mind. I heard someone walking around the house, but I guess it was him. Mom, oh, I thought you asked if he was at work. He went to work. He's not home. Is there someone there? Me, oh, well, let me check. I don't hear the footsteps anymore. Mom, well, be careful. I'm glad it was probably nothing, hopefully. I quietly get out of bed to search the house. I peek my head out my bedroom door, but the house is dark and I don't hear anyone. I begin turning on all the lights, smart move, in the house that I come across. And finally, I've moved about the house and didn't find anyone. Suddenly, I hear the footsteps again coming from the kitchen. Fuck that shit. I go to the kitchen only to find out that apparently my cat vomiting sounds a lot like footsteps on the tile.
That's hilarious.
So not only did I almost wet my pants, now I had to clean up cat puke first thing in the morning. That's hilarious.
That's really funny.
Because I can totally imagine that, because listening to our cat throw up, I can totally think that it's someone's shoe clacking. Not clacking necessarily, but the deeper sound shoes can make on tile.
Right. It's kind of funny because this morning, like, our dog was, like, heaving, and I thought to myself, like, looking over at Robin, like, as she was snoring, like, it must be really nice to have a brain that can just say, like, oh, that's his fucking problem. because I am the one that's designated to be in charge of cleaning up pet vomit at all times. That's why sometimes I'll just leave cat vomit on the stairs.
When you're
I'm
gone,
like,
though, I wake up because I know you're gone and I have to make sure the dog goes outside before she throws up on the carpet.
there's no turns when we're both together. It's just me all the time. But that was an amazing story, Britt. Thank you for sending that so much. It's really, really fucking creepy. There's a Grim Reaper-like figure creeping towards the bed in your room, and hopefully that whoever winds up sleeping in that room doesn't have to experience that. But if they do, I hope the progress has reset so they don't pick up from your last save point where the thing is right there holding your hair, because that's absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. When you have long hair like that, too, just imagine, like, long hair that just falls down onto your face.
Like someone was holding it?
I would freak the fuck out.
That's super creepy.
Like, nope, no. Which I'm sure maybe freaks you out when my hair gets in your face.
It doesn't freak me out. It's just annoying. It's like I can't breathe. Is
You're
that a
annoying.
spider on my face? I have no idea.
All right. Thank you so much for sending that story, Brittany. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. Britt has let us know they're a veterinarian, which we kind of knew because they had told us that before.
Oh, cool.
So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's better. All right, scrolling up to the top to see what you folks had to say. I'm reading mine first, and then we are starting marbles because we only did 4.
Let's see. Girl Panic says, just in time to die in marbles. Glitch says, maybe Britt dropped something and the Reaper just wanted to move super slow and
That's
wanted
funny.
to give it back and be a friend. That'd be hilarious. Captain Fake Eye says, lol, too tired to give a fuck about being haunted. Captain Fake Eye, OMG, all you multiple alarm people, your significant others hate you. I think that's hilarious.
Emily is playing a guessing game about what city she resides in, which seems kind of weird. They also had to leave, so thank you for joining us. Dan San says Slender Bro in response to this thing that's been creeping forward the whole time. And then we didn't have a whole lot of chat over there in YouTube after that, except for Britt letting us know what was going on. She also said, leave it to me to have a judgmental, sassy hair demon. That's hilarious.
The Snark says it's Sindel. That's the one from
Yes,
Mortal Kombat.
it's Sindel.
Yeah.
Shiva is the one that looks kind of like Goro, I think.
The one with like 6 boobs.
I don't know if she has 6 boobs. I think she has 6
She
arms.
has 6 arms.
Britt says, you all are welcome. Thank you for reading. Thank you for sending. You're so weird.
I don't know.
All right. I am caught up on YouTube stuff, so you keep reading your Twitch stuff, and I'm going to get marbles on stream set up. If you are on YouTube right now, switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. If you have not signed up before, it is free. It is super fast. Sign up, get yourself a name, because all you need to do is type 2 things to participate, and we will get there. But I'm going to get this thing set up so you can make the switch right now while Robin is reading.
Yep. So Captain Fake Eye says, my fiance doesn't wake up to his alarms, but I do. So then I have to be the one to shut off his 15 alarms.
So annoying.
Let's see. Jaxie Babe says, I love waking up to turn off my significant other's alarms. It's funny because when I try to hit snooze on my phone, sometimes it doesn't work because it has this protection thing now where if you touched the screen, it has some protection on it where it thinks you're just touching it too much or something, and so nothing works when
Bad
you touch
touch
it.
is what it's called.
And so
I would simulate for you what it's like to hear Robin trying to turn off her alarm, but I don't want to knock shit down because she knocks over something at least twice or 3 times a week. Sometimes it's like something she has on her like nightstand. Sometimes it's her phone that was on the bed that she's reaching for, and that fucking alarm just keeps going. It's usually like you hear it go off, she starts moving for it, and I'm like praying like, please get it. Please get it. And you hear like something fall, and she's like, fuck. And then she has to go get
that's
it.
like exactly how I see
It's
it.
so annoying, man. And I'm like, I'm the one that has to get up in 20 minutes, and you're stealing 20 minutes of my sleep. You're the one that's going to snooze that shit and go back to bed until you feel like getting up.
I can't help it. But because my phone has that stupid screen protecting thing, I can't turn off my alarm, so I end up screenshotting everything because I'm pressing the side buttons trying to turn off the stupid alarm. It's stupid. I hate it. It's dumb.
All right. So I have marbles booted up. I am going to show you folks what this is going to look like, hopefully. Yep, customize. Okay. For those of you who are not a sub, your ball is going to look normal. That's what your marble is going to look like. But for those of you who are a subscriber, you should have this heart emoji marble to represent you in the race. We were hoping we could upload our own, but there's no feature or functionality like that yet in Marbles on Stream. There are a bunch of different skins. A lot of them kind of suck. So I picked this one to show our appreciation for you for being a subscriber to us. So if you see heart eyes, you know that we love you. Actually, Faison just subscribed. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I'm going to tab over here.
Spooky.
Just subscribe with their Twitch Prime account too. Abu, yeah, give us that Jeff Bezos money. All right. Now is the time to type in !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds to the track you would like to race. I was playing around with this today because I was homesick from work, and I noticed that I can go down from season stats to local stats, and this thing should let us know the average time for us when we race it, and it also shows us now the tracks we have not raced. So I'm going to leave it on this while we pick it, and then we'll switch back over and see like the season stats. But !vote, a space, and then the number that corresponds to the track you would like to race. I'm going to get my marble in the stream if I can get my phone to work. It does this thing where it loads, and then it freezes when it's showing me the ad that runs before the show, which you can all hear right now because someone had the music blaring while she was putting on her makeup.
Well, it's not my fault. Okay. Oh, I guess it kind of is, but
it's
know.
100% your fault.
Shut up. Kind of want to get one of the summer shirts for myself.
The Snark says, oh my God, Adam, I was homesick too. Homesick twinsies. Man, I don't know. Anytime I stay home for a full day, I feel really, really guilty. I've gone into work sick the last 2 days, and I've gone home early the last 2 days because they've been like, yeah, dude, we don't want you getting everyone here sick. And also everyone there is sick right now. So after I went in yesterday, I got a bunch of shit done, and I was like, if I don't feel well in the morning, I'm going to stay home. And so I woke up this morning, and I was just like laying there. I'm like, just get up, let the dogs out, see how you feel, and then go from there. And like by the time I came back up from letting the dogs out, I was like, I'm calling off, man. I'm not going to be at work when I need to be at home doing all the gross things that I need to do to get better. What are you staring at?
Trying to figure out which ones I haven't done.
It is the office plague. I've gotten hit with 3 office plagues since I've worked at this new job, and I've been there for less than 5 months. 2 colds, and now the flu. And it's really annoying. And I'm not even sure if it's the flu, but it's just been so uncomfortable and gross and painful. All right. It looks like Coils of Power right now is in first place with 5 votes. The average time we have raced that is 2 minutes and 44 seconds. I'm going to let it scroll. Let's say one more time and see if anything can catch up. Everything else seems to only have 1 or 2 votes here or there. So we're going to wait just a sec to see what's going on with it, and then we will go and race Coils of Power. It looks like Hard Landing had 2 votes, and we've never raced that one before. I don't know what makes them red, so don't ask because I don't know.
I feel like not a lot of people get sick at work, or maybe because we're all in cubes, that they keep to their own cubes.
I mean, we're all in cubes too. They're kind of open cubes, but still, like,
everyone also has like 2 bottles of hand sanitizer at their desk.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of hand sanitizer where we work. It's actually a really clean place. Like, we have our facilities cleaned very frequently. It's very diligent, which I appreciate. But I'm still not going to be at work if I need to throw up because I'm not throwing up in a public like toilet used by a bunch of butts. So
your butt.
The last time someone won this, I should just rephrase that entirely. The record holder for this is the Robin Grace.
What?
Set in February with 1 minute and 49 seconds. So this is what we're going to race, folks. It is the winner. Going to go ahead and click race.
I control the coils of power.
There's another mode where you guys enter in, marbles pop up, type in !play right now to get your marble on the stream. But anyways, there's another mode in here where you all drop in a marble, and there's like a track. And the best way I can describe it is like, you know how there's like those games, like those wooden games where it's like a maze and there's like a metal marble inside it and you have to like navigate it like through the track. There's a mode in this where you all drop your marbles in and whoever's controlling the stream, i.e. me, has to like navigate you folks through the maze to get you to the end.
Wow.
And like if your marble makes it to the end, you collect points. So it's kind of cool. I was like, I kind of want to do that one of these nights, but I don't want anyone to get mad, particularly at me if I fuck up and you wind up falling off the edge, because I can understand people being like, why did you kill me? But !play to join the normal race. We have 19 marbles right now. One more and we get to 20, which would be wonderful. We'll give it a little while for people to join in. I know you've probably messaged the scriptery.
She's already in.
Okay, cool. So good to know. What else do we got over here? We're going to scroll and see if we have all of our regulars and see if we have
The
anyone
star
new.
says, I trust you with my marble life, bro.
That's hilarious.
I think we should compete and see who can
That'll be
do
fun.
it better
That'll
and
be
lose
fun.
the least amount of lives.
We can simulate it, and then maybe as part of like Subtober, we can actually do a few, like maybe not a few, but maybe like one extra race at the end of each stream.
We should make a cool goal, like a donation goal for the month of September, for us to do something interesting. So if we make the donation goal for September, I don't know, we'll have to think of something that we'll do.
That sounds good to me. I'm totally cool with us figuring out something. I'm going to go ahead and click start. If you have not joined in yet, please do so. This is weird. It says the world record. This is the world icon, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. The Robin Grace, 1 minute and 49 seconds. I think it's because the track has been updated since, but we're about to find out. You have 10 seconds to join in by typing in ! And then
maybe
play.
That's just for the season.
That might be. But we're going to see what happens in Coils of Power. It starts out with a creepy mouth.
Why am I all over there
And a
by
funnel.
myself?
And there's your ghost ball,
They
too.
put me right next to myself. Hello,
That's where you
myself.
started last time, too, when you set the record. All right, let's see what happens.
Get in there.
I say it every time we race one of these tracks. Funnels are boring. But yeah, there's a lot of smiley faces. Look at all of them. Oh my God, it's so cute.
I think it's cool to see that there's a difference now between the subs and unsubs. And I'm not confusing unsubs with like
I was gonna say
Criminal Minds.
She's been
unsubs.
watching too many Criminal Mind or too many Criminal Mind episodes if she's calling you all unsubs. That's creepy. Please don't murder us. All right, has anyone made it through? The Robin Grace's Ghost Ball has made it through. Everyone else is just circling the drain. Isn't this riveting, ladies and gentlemen and other? Oh my God, someone fucking make it through already. Look at how far the Robin Grace's Ghost Ball is. This is anyone's match. The first person to make it through is probably going to win. That's gross. I'm not spitting on my computer screen. Holy shit balls. Let's go in the hole and watch from the hole's perspective. Someone made it.
Made it through.
It's the Orange Tree was first with Kilsma and myself right behind, along with Captain Fake Eye and Spooky Flea on the other side. There's a bunch of portals in this one, so things are going to get weird. People are going to be teleporting all over the place.
How did I win?
What do you mean, how did you win? You're all the way up at the front because you made it through way before everyone else.
It's just there's so many portals and stuff. What are the odds?
All right, here everyone goes. Someone just teleported. 2 people just teleported. The Robin Grace. Everyone's teleporting on that side. And then the people down there are just running into those balls that slows everyone down. Where the hell did the teleports go?
Oh, they teleport you backwards?
That sucks. All right, first place is technically Jaxie Babe right now. There is a lot of slowdown. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. It has a funnel at the beginning. It has these cubes that make you stop until the stuff disappears. I hate this track. Looks like Captain Fake Eye is in first place. I don't know how they made it through. Maybe they teleported with a different teleport. The Scriptery looks like they're in second place, but it's really, really hard to tell.
Lunabin says, Adam, a good neutral greeting is Thadies and Gentlethems.
Thadies and Gentlethems? I like that.
Yeah, I kind of got offended when you said and others.
What's wrong with and others? Like, I'm trying to encompass everyone that I can. All right, Spooky Flea, I think, is in first place. It's so hard to tell on this map. All right, here we go. Captain Fake Eye is going to give Spooky Flea a run for their money and hopefully not get teleported back to the very beginning. Oh, no. I jumped in from a different spot and won. You're welcome, everyone. Congratulations to me. I am champion. Actually, Faison came in second place, which means you're the one who will receive the free merch. So congratulations on that.
That's funny because Laura Ann emailed us and was like, actually Faison is her boyfriend, I think. And he won this game first before she ever won. And she's been a fan longer. And so
she's like, this is horseshit.
I just thought it was funny. But yeah, so email us and let us know if that address to mail it to or whatnot. And we have new stickers, so it works out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have new stickers. We have Hey It Nat, Glitch Grim, and Itzy Orange Tree still in the track. There's 45 seconds left before the wave comes through. Actually, it's going to be way sooner than that because as you can see, that blue line encroaching. Once it touches your marble, it will be eliminated.
I also ordered a new commission, so hopefully we'll have other new stickers
Laura
for
Ann,
the winter season.
Such horseshit. That's amazing. It's the Orange Tree is going to finish out, and that will be the end of the race. Congratulations to me. but to actually phase on for being victorious. I only got 18 points from that. I feel like people get more points usually when they win, but hey, I'll take it. I'm up to 23 on the season. Laura Ann
has 69.
Is it 69, the sex number. So who's the real winner here? But like Robin said, actually phase on. Hit us up. Let us know an address for us to send it to. The Scriptery is still at 44, which is quite a bit. Glitch Grim is at 41 for the season. And Glitch Grim and Hey It Nat were the only two that didn't finish. But it's okay. We still love you. We still believe in you. And we have one more race.
Glitch says hang your poster, Robin. I want to. I was thinking about taking all these down and moving them this way.
If you could stop bumping into everything, that'd be great.
Taking these down, moving all of them that way, and then putting the I Want to Believe poster here. I know you want to put your...
Vigo goes there.
Right. And so we're going to have to move the office around and lots of hammering nails and stuff like that.
The thing that has kept me from hanging Vigo is the fact that I will not hang Vigo without a frame.
We need frames.
And frames are expensive.
They're expensive. So we're trying to find affordable ones that don't cost an arm and a leg, but that will fit giant posters. So it just it takes time. We're figuring it out. But I have been thinking about it. So
I like that people are like, woo, sex number.
Really?
Great, yeah. All right. We have one more race for this evening. So go ahead and get your votes in right now. Hard Landing is in first place with 4 votes.
Posted a meme in the Facebook group where it was like, blood runs down the wall and it spells 666. And
takes out Sharpie, writes 999 after each 6.
And then blood runs down the wall and it spells out nice.
All right, Hard Landing is up to 5 votes. Convergence has 2. A lot of other things have 1. We'll let this keep scrolling maybe one more time and see if anything can catch up to Hard Landing. Oh my God, it's hot in this room.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as it's been before, but that does not mean it's comfortable. So it's okay. That is the price you pay to live stream in a small room that is at least acceptable when it comes to sound.
Thank you so much, Meadows, for subscribing
That's
for
the
11 months.
We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us Jeff Bezos' money, too. We
How
also
does
appreciate
the
that.
new GIF sound? You guys should let us know.
Yeah, how is that alert going?
So if it's too quiet or whatnot, because we don't know what it sounds like.
All right, I think Hard Landing is going to wind up winning. It's up to 8 votes now. We'll let it scroll to the bottom, and then we'll get started. But it says too quiet. Good to know. Because I thought it was going to be too loud for sure.
I thought, yeah.
Captain Fake Guy says, I don't hear any sound with the GIF.
Quiet.
Okay, I'll increase the volume.
That's what I thought, because when he sent me a video of it, I was like, I can't hear anything.
I mean, it's funny she said I can't hear anything because the video has audio on it. So her complaint is nonsense. All of yours is not.
Yeah, everyone's saying there's no sound. It's too quiet.
It's funny that someone said it's too quiet and the rest of the folks said there's no sound at all, because there should be a sound of her saying it's spooky. So that will be fixed by next week, hopefully. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pick Hard Landing, and we're going to get this thing started. Let's check out season stats to see what we don't know about it. Average time on this one is 2 minutes and 37 seconds. So let's get it going. I liked that they used to put up the survival rate, but they don't do that anymore. No big deal. Exclamation point play to join in.
I'm kind of glad I'm starting to get designs ready for Christmas because these fall designs are kind of stressing me out. I think for this fall, I'm going to stop at 5. So I've made 5 designs for fall already. And I think I'm going to keep it at 5. So next fall, I can do the same thing and create another 5.
That's smart.
And I think that would be really cool to kind of keep that tradition going and just keep drawing new things. So hopefully you guys like them. For all the Patreon patrons that are Badge of Honor tier and up, I've drawn a whole bunch of new fall designs, and they're going to be randomly distributed as stickers and badges. You get one of each, and they're going to be random this fall. So just
look forward to that.
Just look forward to that if you want to go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast.
So we have 20 folks joining us this race, which is awesome because we always want to have at least one more than we had for the first race, which we do. We're going to give you about 10 more seconds to join in. Then I'm going to click start, and that gives you another 10. World record for this track is Strikers United at 1 minute and 21.7 seconds. All right, Here we go. 10 seconds from right now to join in by typing !play.
You know what I've never been able to get into is soccer. Yet.
I get into World Cup. I get into
That's the
Olympics
only time
too.
we ever watch it.
Pretty much.
And I always root for Japan. I know I should be rooting for USA, but
Or Vietnam.
oh yeah, that team exists.
All right, here we go. Let's see if someone makes it through quickly, because usually that's the person who ends up winning unless they fall off the track. It might be another one of those swirly messes like we had last time. Let's go inside the Eye of the Storm and watch from down here. Ooh, it's so nice and shiny. Oh my god. This is so annoying.
It looks like the gun scene from 007 like opening.
It totally does. You know what this is like to me? This is like the embodiment of that meme that's like, let me in. Who will make it through first? You know who probably made it through right away? Strikers United. Just going to go ahead and put that out there.
It was interesting to watch. Riveting.
Is it?
Riveting TV.
Is it really?
Did you know that if you get a year of Disney Plus, you get a year free or something like that?
I thought it was if you buy 2 years.
Is it 2 years?
2 years, you get the third year for free. Abe's Monster is in first place and is kind of cruising right now and was able to hit that little boost right there, coming up on another boost and what looks like some solar panels or a suntan screen. We'll see what happens here. Who's in second place? The Scriptery, who is just fucking flying right now, who is in first place but has flown to the moon. Jazzy Babes is taking over first place. This one's actually really cool once you get out of that stupid funnel. Jazzy Babes survived that somehow. Lots of pulsating rods to get by. Was stopped in their tracks but not killed. Lots of folks back there are trying to make it through. Oh my god.
It's scary, right? The little pigs.
There we go. Has made it through, and they're going to finish in first place. This one was fun as soon as we got past that annoying funnel. The Scriptery has fallen and can't get up. What else do we have? Actually, Faison looks like they're going to come in second unless they die. Laura Ann.
No, Laura Ann.
Did not make it along with Captain Fake. Actually, Faison is zigzagging through those rods and made it through. So actually, Faison comes in second.
I'm just
very successful night
the rage
for actually Faison. Girl Panic 95 and Abe's Monster trying to make it through. Luna Bin is actually doing pretty good. Girl Panic just shot up towards the camera. Will they survive? They do survive.
Wow.
What a shortcut. Eric W1 is going to come in fourth place unless Abe's Monster beats them to it. Now it's going to get a little bit exciting. All right, we're going to let everyone fall in here and see where your placement is.
So, Jazzy Babes, if you could email us at storytime@scarish.com and let us know your mailing address so we can get something out to you. Jaxie Babe says, yay, I recommended Jazzy Babes to this podcast.
Well done.
Nice.
I get you guys mixed up. I apologize for that.
What?
Because I say Jazzy and Jaxie because I forget that we have like that same moniker applied to like two separate people. It looks like we have our final marble in. Congratulations, Jazzy Babes. You got 20 points for that. I don't understand how the points work. You're up to 34. Actually, Faison is also
Jazzy
up to 34.
Babes, did they launch across? Maybe that's why.
I don't know. I honestly don't know like how you get bonus points.
Are there trick shots in this game?
There might be. It did look like a hook shot going in there. Girl Panic is up to 16. Eric W1 is up to 21. Luna Bin's up to 22. Jaxie Babe is up to 27. The Snark is up to 37.
Actually, Faison is getting death ray stares right now.
Laura Ann, though, because you didn't finish, you get to stay at the sex number for the full week, which is so much fun. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And like Robin said, Jazzy Babes and actually Faison, email us and let us know where we can send a sticker to you. And it's going to be one of the new fun stickers, right?
Yeah. No. They'll be the summer stickers.
There you go.
They won't be the
fall stickers.
Fall stickers because our patrons don't have that yet. So
good call. All right. Well, that is Marbles on Stream for the night. Let's switch back over to the regular view and get this thing closed down. All right. That's closed down.
Yep. So just a reminder, if you folks go to our Teespring store, I posted the link in the chat, but you can always get to it through Facebook and our website and things like that. But if you use the promotion code CLEAR and the number 5, CLEAR5, you'll get 5% off your entire Teespring store purchase from us, and definitely help support us. And I am taking a couple designs down at the end of the month. So if you guys go check it out, buy some stuff, that'd be awesome.
Right on. I also want to remind folks that if you share the episode when it's been released, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and you tag a friend in the comments, you will get an entry into our giveaway, which ends on September 17th. and we'll be sending you out a bunch of Scarish themed stuff along with some of our merchandise that we'll probably autograph if we can. And we would appreciate it because we can grow our audience when you harass your friends to listen to the show or watch the show. Shout out to the folks that joined us on youtube.com/Scarish and twitch.tv/Scarish podcast. It makes these things so much more fun, and they're already a blast to begin with. Thank you to everyone who sent us your stories. And if you have a story you would like to send in, email storytime@scarish.com. Go to scarish.com, which is our website, and click on Contact Us and fill out that form. Or you can hit us up on any of our social medias. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all attached to our scarish.com page. And if you need to know them, facebook.com/scarishpodcast. Instagram is @scarishpodcast, and Twitter is @scarishpod. Fun stuff. Robin, for the folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
If you head on over to patreon.com/scarishpodcast, those are monthly donations, and tiers do start at $1, so you can get some extra bonus content there, some discount codes that we have going on right now, because I think for patrons you get 10% off, so patrons get 10% off right now. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming out for fall that I'm really excited about. A lot of the patrons that are on there have already seen them, and it seems like Glitch is super excited, which is awesome because I'm really proud of the new Jason Voorhees design I have going on. You guys can see that on Instagram, that one design, but I have 5 designs going on, so if you join Patreon you can check them all out and see what the Badge of Honor tier and above are going to get for the fall. And if you go to ko-fi.com/scarishpodcast, that is one-time donations, and all those donations help support the podcast and help us upgrade our studio setup. If you folks have watched us from the beginning, you'll see that our quality has definitely gone up a bunch, and it's because of people like you guys that donate and help keep this thing going.
And just FYI, I know I've mentioned a lot of times, we run off an Asus Republic of Gamers laptop. Shout out to them. It's great, but it is getting up there in age. I'm going to have to get a new computer soon, and some of the donations that have been made to this point since we've been talking about it are going to go to the new computer, and every time we get a donation, that's one extra tier we can move it up. So rather than buying something that's like a good, like something that's like, oh, that's a pretty good bang for its buck, like it'll get you by, like we can get something that'll make the stream run smoother, and we can have more reliability when it comes to doing things like recording and doing a bunch of multitasking. Right. So that is coming up very soon, and all those donations definitely help out. I'm very, very excited to get a lot of new things going with the stream. Robin and I have talked about a few things that we're not ready to unveil yet, but we're going to start doing a few extra things for everyone, and it's going to be a fun time. So I think that's just about everything that we have for Storytime number 81. So go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.